Everyone talking about Cuirs by Pierre Guillaume. The notes in this are cardamom, cedar, leather, amber, orris, patchouli, grape, and dark chocolate. I love this. It opens with strong yet like cozy leather, like riding a horse while wearing a leather jacket, or yeah, maybe not as wild as riding a horse, but like one of those ponies that just goes in circles. Oh, those poor ponies. But yeah, so you're on one of those and like wearing, a leather jacket. That's what I get out of it in the beginning, where it's just like kind of wild, but it's also like kind of cozy at the same time. I didn't really realize that this kind of leather was considered the animalic kind, but a lot of people I saw in the reviews referred to this as being so animalic. To me, I guess maybe that's the kind I like. Then I assumed that animalic would be one of the well, like really like pungent, intense, but to me this is much more refined and even more suede like. So I don't know, but yeah, it reminds me a little bit of the leather accord in DSH Estancia, and I love that one. That one is definitely more animalic, but I'm not usually a fan of iris, but this is more like orris, which is like iris root. It's not the typical like lipsticky smelling, powdery iris. It's more like a soft orris dust. I don't think I would notice the chocolate, especially not before the dry down, if I didn't see that reference as a note. But there is like the smooth side of it and the dry down of that, but it's not a gourmand by any means, and it also doesn't go too bitter. There's woods and amber that are really smooth and just so well blended. I don't notice any grape, but it's not like I smell, what grape would be in wearable fragrance very often. And I'm sure they don't mean like, grape soda type of smell here. So probably just very well blended. Also don't notice much patchouli, which I am not complaining about because I don't like patchouli. Also, yeah, I don't really get much cardamom either. So basically, I guess the point is just this is very, very well blended and just becomes so cohesive together. The dry down gets slightly smokier to me, but I didn't see any reference to incense on the actual product page. Like Fragrantica references it, but it's not on the product page itself. But yeah, overall, amazing. I love it. Leans masculine to my nose, moderate to good longevity and moderate projection. Very reasonably priced for niche and the quality. It's around 150 for 100 mil. Yes, that's expensive, but it's not compared to a lot of what this stuff would normally go for in niche. And this might have even been full bottle worthy for me if it worked with my skin chemistry. Unfortunately, it did not. It just got a little bit too kind of like the Orris and Iris part did come out more in a way that I didn't like when it interacted with my particular skin, but I love this scent. And even as someone who doesn't normally like Iris, you do have to like leather though, for sure. But if you like the idea of like kind of like, I guess, animalic and sort of cozy at the same time, leather, I definitely recommend this. I'm pretty impressed with Pierre Guillaume. This is the second time at least that something has been very close to being full bottle worthy for me by him. The other one was like anti-blues, I think. It was like a more chocolatey one, but yeah, definitely recommend it. And I'll link in the description where you can get a bottle or a sample.